everybody, welcome to my channel where learning art is fun. I'm Sarah and in today's video I'm going to show you how I draw Balthazar Bratt from Despicable Me 3. And if you guessed what I was drawing this week and got it right, then I will give your name a shout out at the end of this video.
I'm going to do this video in two parts. So the first part is the drawing part, step by step how to draw Balthazar Bratt. And the second part is the colouring in. So if you want to, you can always fast forward to the colouring in. But don't forget also that if you want to follow along with the drawing part, then you can also pause the video or slow it down in the YouTube settings. But the first step to drawing Balthazar Bratt is to draw a square and then to draw a horizontal line that divides the square into two horizontally and do C shapes on either side of that line for the ears. Then we're going to join the ears to the corners at the top of the square, and that's going to be the sides of his head, followed by another rectangle on top of our first square. That's going to be his really tall hair. Then we're going to bring a line down that's going to be the sides of his hair, either sides of those ears there. Once we've done that, we're then going to do two little marks for his neck and join those marks to his ears for the sides of his face. Once we've done that, then it's time to draw his nose, and I've just done it roughly in the center of the square along that horizontal line as a circle. And his eyes either side are sort of oval or almond shapes, and he's got quite thick eyebrows which come down really close over his eyes. Then for his mouth, it's kind of halfway between his nose and his neck, and that I'm just going to do as a fairly small sort of angle like that because he is blowing up his large piece of bubble gum. And you can tidy these things up as you go along or wait to the end. So again, with his eyes, I've just done two round circles inside the outline, and that's going to be his pupils. So coming down his neck, we're then going to draw his shoulders, and these are kind of very angular and I've almost drawn them like triangle shapes. So then just drawing his arm on the left side in line with his left eye. And then finishing off his long hair just with a line straight down and kind of frilling out towards the end. And then once you've got the initial outline, it's time to just refine some of those lines, tidy up, make any adjustments, and then we're just going to lighten up the whole drawing before we start the colouring in. So it's time now to put in any details like the inside of the ears, and as I say, change anything if you're not happy with it before you start the colouring in stage. So I'm just rubbing out some of those guidelines to tidy up the drawing a bit. Just finishing off the shape of the eyebrows before the sketch is finished. So now the next thing to do is to colour Balthazar Bratt in. And I've decided just today to try out the Zest It Pencil Blend. I think I mentioned a few weeks back about trying this as a method for blending. So once I've chosen all my colour pencils and a small paintbrush, it was just time to lighten up my drawing with some BLutak or kneaded eraser, just so that all those dark pencil lines wouldn't show on my finished drawing. And then it was a case of starting off just by putting down a base layer of a kind of a mid-tone, kind of peachy colour for Balthazar's face. And with the Zest It Pencil Blend, you still need to add layers of pencil down because the solvent needs something to kind of blend together. So if you're only putting down one light layer, it's not going to spread that pencil far enough over the paper to make it a really nice blend. But the advantage of this is that it prevents you from having to press really hard and burnish to get that really smooth final result. Now, I would say at this point that the paper I've chosen probably isn't the best for this medium, so it would be better really to use a thicker paper. I'm still going with my grey Strathmore sketchbook, but I just wanted to illustrate to you the difference between using the burnishing method, where we're just like working into the tooth of the paper by using layer after layer and then finally pressing down, which does flatten the tooth of the paper eventually, and that means that you can't carry on adding more and more layers. But with this solvent, once you've applied it, it doesn't flatten out the tooth of the paper, and it does enable you to use several more layers on top. So if you wanted to change the colour up or add more layers, it is a bit more flexible like that, because it doesn't flatten the tooth of the paper, and once it's dry you can keep on adding layer after layer of colour pencil until you get the colour or the desired result at the end. So this sort of solvent is really good for smooth skin tones, and as you'll see later, it's really good for filling in that tooth of the paper a lot more quickly and easily, and it's also a lot more forgiving. So once you've added some layers of pencil, you don't have to always have it perfectly in the right direction or perfectly neat, because the solvent will kind of fill in the gaps for you, as long as you've still got a few layers of pencil down. So it's still got to have something to blend, but it does save your wrist from getting achy, and it also gives you a bit more flexibility with having to do it really super neatly right from the start. Now, if you wanted to try this out, I would suggest perhaps using a thicker paper, because it is wet and can sort of spread across the paper and drag some of that pencil with it if you're not careful. So you'll see at the start when I showed you the small round paintbrush that I was using, I do dip it into the Zest It Pencil Blend, but then I do take some of that excess off on a piece of paper towel, just so that you've not got too much on your paintbrush, which would then spread out over your paper. And you'll see the effect a lot more clearly on his jacket here, because I'm just using it now to blend in those sort of bluey purpley colours, and also on his hair. So it's something that I haven't used an awful lot of, but something that I would try using again, and certainly if I was going to try it again, would probably try on a thicker piece of paper. But it was really nice not to have to press down too hard with your colour pencils, and it does blend it all together really smoothly, so it's good for skin and also for areas where you want to get a really rich colour in without getting an achy wrist or having to spend too long, so it does also speed up the process as well. So anyway, I was going to comment at the end of this video if anyone guessed Balthazar Bratt, but maybe it was a bit of a challenge, maybe it was a bit tricky, because I didn't actually get anyone guessing correctly that that's who I would be drawing. But in any case, I hope you've enjoyed watching the step-by-step process and the colouring in of Balthazar Bratt. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.